Makoto's in the pit. I gotta get him out. What, wait, which one? That's the chapter 2. No. Was it the safe? Wait, was this the correct save? This is why I don't like making a shitload of saves. It confuses me. School life trial verdict, right? I'm in the pit. I'm in the pit. Anyway, hi. It's been a couple days since I streamed. I went to a convention, and it kind of sucked, but I also had fun, so that's all that matters. Is that an airplane? How'd something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? Turn off the trash compactor! What's this? That's the rocket from the FMV that almost got my channel shit canned, right? That's a rocket. And a tank. I'd better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. This is a desk. It's probably the one that fell down here with me. He's lucky that it didn't, like, impale him or something. Can I go through the door? It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. Wow. Ugh, my throat. But that was pointless, too. Next, I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are all around a bad idea? It's easy. You find the one labeled Dr. Pepper, and then you open it, and then you drink it. It's the best soda. Don't at me. Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked on all sides. It's still not enough a reason to give up, because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was give up. Go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left, after not being able to eat or drink. Also, you fell, like, I don't know how far. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. What the? The strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. Bag? As I watched, the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? Corpses? Did a giant piece of trash fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out to whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
Bestgirl.png. A giant piece of trash. Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was.
It smells awful.
She's got the noodles. Kyoko?
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You've got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash and then faced me again.
Hey.
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Thank you! I snatched the bread and water she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way toward my stomach. That really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So, you still haven't given up then? Of course not! After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. It's good to be bad, and bad to be good. bad to good, good anime game. But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
So,
To pay a debt. Or, no, to atone. Atone?
you...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
Even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. You knew that I knew that being good is bad, but bad is good. Then you knew. But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that. You didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. We were bad, but now we're good. Coming to your neighborhood. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive, no matter the cost. Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive...
In other words...
is so that I can do what I came to this school to do. In your neighborhood... What? I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak?
Indeed.
That's right. At least I did once. Once? Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot? But that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible! Best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. Folgers, it's not bad. I don't hate it. Amnesia? It's too fucking expensive. Is it really true? You lost your memory?
Makoto.
Have you seen how fucking expensive Folgers is? It's like $13 for a box. Why? Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at this school? The first thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point, my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive. It was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. Why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. My ear is itching so much. I was in a hardware store today. Maybe it's the disgusting... I was in a hardware store today. And, like, I went to go buy a drink at, like, the end of the store. You know, the end. The beginning and the end. Where you check out. And, like, they have a little drink cooler. I went to go buy a drink, and I pulled the can out, and it was, like, covered in, like, an inch layer thick of, like, sawdust or something. And I'm like, I'm good. I'm just not gonna buy that. I got one from a gas station instead. Maybe it's the sawdust in my ear. Because of my purpose and my ability, somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plan. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However...
It could also mean somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of this school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things for myself this whole time. If what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that, and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. It's me. Yeah, it's me. It's me.
Correct.
What? Well, don't make too big a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind. One of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However,
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among us, among everyone, you were the least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but... I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind. How many times...
Understand.
Can we say the word mastermind? Mastermind, 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 masturbate. I understand.
I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
It's just like the dream I had before, but... Why did that just happen?
listen.
Are you okay? Yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey,
Even now, I still trust you, you know. It's just... I'm not used to relying on others.
correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. But the garbage... There's an unbelievable amount of trash here. Oh, that's me. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So,
I think there's still a lot I don't remember. But at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. You mentioned your ability. My ability, what everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. What? No way. The ultimate detective? Never saw it coming.
correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy. There was someone I had to find, here in the school. You had to find someone? Who?
So,
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. Oh. What?
in other words,
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad is the Hope's Peak headmaster? Then that explains... When Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way. Huh? No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
no matter what?
So,
No matter... what? Kyoko, what's going on? She angry? My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
However,
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then, what did you see in there?
so,
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
it's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. Meanwhile, Monokuma is just in one of the other bags of trash. He lives in there. Hey, Jonathan? Jonathan. Hello. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. Is this some kind of map?
Indeed.
Here's the corpse party music again. It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room, along with Mukuro's profile and the key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Ugh. God, my throat is still so itchy. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. And I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, the room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room.
However...
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. What was it like? That part of the school, I mean. It's hard to describe. All I can say is... The moment I saw it, I realized... Whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined. How could it be worse, though? What do you mean? I can't explain it. You need to see for yourself. And I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. It sounds like it must be important. And really ominous. So Kyoko has that key, right? That can open anything? Or, no, does Monokuma have... No, she only has the Monokuma key. Not the key that can open everything.
However...
I think. No cameras and no monitors. Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. It had to do with Mukuro Ikusaba, doesn't it?
However...
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means... Everyone but you and me has an alibi, so... Then who did kill her?
Anyway...
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. He killed her. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed. Get you killed?
Indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared. And in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy.
In other words...
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules. Then why did they kill me? That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations.
Hey.
There is one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba. What's that? There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. What? I could have become the victim?
Indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean... During the night? I can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. What the fuck does that mean? What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this. What the
Anyway...
the fuck are you talking about? Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms. I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell, and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
Correct.
Correct. I ran into your room. I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However...
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... Whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead.
Correct.
Ultimate sussy lad. Can she hear death from the Castlevania anime? I'm trying to think of which meme to quote from Symphony of the Night. I don't feel like it. And their murder was disguised. The dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. All this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right? This is what I think it is. Wait, what is... Oh, no, I thought this was gonna be like the fucking Persona 3 baby theme.
Why is it that only human hands can reach into hell? Don't you think that's weirdly fucked up?
So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. That's really bad if true. If true. Excuse me. Wild if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you, because they couldn't interfere, right? Why did you spell cuz like C-U-Z? Why does that bother me?
Correct.
You're right. That is a contradiction. And not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but it seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does it all mean? You gotta see the contradiction!
In other words,
You have to acknowledge! It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair, and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about
That's right.
what happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Earth exploded. The tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that. They're the ultimate despair?
It would seem...
That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then they're...
Indeed.
Make no mistake. They're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. It's weird that nobody, like, died. I mean, yeah, it didn't do, like, the thing. I'm gonna be honest with you, I thought that was something else for a second. The ultimate despair. A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. So how'd we get out? Do you still have that one thing, Kyoko? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room? She does have it.
Indeed.
Of course I do. It's an no, wait, no, that... Does that open everything? Stop coughing! It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right? What was the key? I'm thinking of the fucking, like... The data room key. No, I was thinking the data room key for some reason was the one that opened everything. I got it backwards.
That's right.
Then we should be able to use it to open the door, right? Well, open. Kyoko, we can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
You have to craft one out of pure snow. and shove it in there. Let's find out. Kyoko took the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then... Yes, it opened!
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. Now what do? We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. But I like it in there. It's my home. Finally. We were finally free. But there wasn't enough time to take a breath of relief. Because the real fight had just begun. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. What an extra title. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up, like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. Does this lead to the, incinerator room? We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. There's a waifu cutscene to see. Yeah, I can see that. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down.
Hey.
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off it. So, Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So...
Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then, is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So...
Right.
Because we take pride in it. Pride?
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. Sorry. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. Her dad is Rain. A conscious effort?
It's true.
Wait, Rain's not the detective. That'd be... Oh god, I almost knocked over my Dippy Pippy. No, Lloyd's the detective. Rain's so cool with his divine blade. Where's the divine gun? It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride? So, that explains... Before I came here, I was looking up info about the school online. I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose, to protect the pride of her family. God, look at that fucking computer. The tower, sorry.
However...
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride... The reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak... It was because of how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all these years, right? You'd have so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However...
There's something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young, so I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented, and had a promising future.
However...
But he had no interest in detective work, so he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument, and as young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there's a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
Right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. Excuse me. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that, compared to her usual self, she was more talkative. And more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. And that's what anyone in my position might say, right? But that's not true.
However...
There's one thing that I can never forgive. Really?
So...
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
However...
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
Correct.
That's why I have to find him, and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past. Kill it if you have to. In order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. He also might be dead, but your family, to just cut him out like that.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey.
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, but not by heart and soul. I was shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. I'm assuming it's coming out of the incinerator room. Looks like this is it.
Indeed.
On the other side of this door is Hope's Peak is waiting for us. Hey, Yano. We're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I was right. I'm fairly certain this is where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up against it and pushed the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so... So what happens when Monokuma sees that, like, I'm back? Is he just gonna, like, get pissed? It looks like we're back.
Whew.
I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. But now what? Now go back down. This is how we got out of the garbage pit. I never would have imagined that's where it led. It's not that surprising. So, now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out... And I'm worried about you, too. You helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So then...
Then, let's just get a concrete answer. Huh?
In other words...
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait, that's...
However...
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time until we're found out. And it's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed to the nearby surveillance camera. You're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't.
Because...
The mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared? You said something like that before. What does it mean?
So...
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mokuro's death. There was a moment when the mastermind let their guard down. There was?
Right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still a little... No, super uneasy about this. Oh, whoops. We don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. I'm gonna inhale. One sec.
Just a second.
What business do you have in my room? The gym is where we need to go, where Monokuma is. Let me in.
Just a second.
I just thought she might have something unique to say about it. She does.
Shall we go?
We need to get to the gym. Gym is this way. Gym is this way. No, man, that gym. He's a swell guy. Where is everyone? Fuck. Let me in. So, are we going to, like, the dismantled robot, or...
Well now.
Kyoko, I don't mind so much.
I don't believe it!
But Makoto's supposed to be dead. What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do? If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule.
Making me angry!
So now I gotta punish you again, and this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko,
Right.
do whatever you feel you have to. What?
However...
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
No.
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right? Lose?
Hey!
You, explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
Because...
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
In other words...
I was supposed to be chosen as the Blackened, and then executed, right? What are you talking about?
However...
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
Right.
And in response to that unexpected development,
Indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However,
But there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility that could come to our aid, even after you killed it.
am I wrong?
Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro. You did.
Listen to me.
So, executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well,
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is this, a comedy routine? To make such a bold claim without a shred of evidence.
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth. Now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type?
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you love so much to inspire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
what the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh?
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course you can say we're just making all this up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. And if you want to earn our despair fair and square,
that's what we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Mukuro's trial over again. Only this time, you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair. Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial. One last showdown. In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer, one of the masterminds themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Barry?
What's wrong?
Well, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So time for bear jokes. Now what you've suggested might be plausible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax. Okay, now he's actually making me mad.
in other words,
Does this mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain myself.
Shut up! Let's have one final grisly showdown. He agreed? Then we still have a shot at this.
Bear it.
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
You guys.
So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries? Oh, the misery. That's right! Every last mystery that's pawning around the school. If you can do that,
I can barely contain myself.
then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you. Koalas? Fucking terrible animals.
It's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well, good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of this school,
You guys.
then you'll win. But if you can't do all that, we'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that, for sure. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm, that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement? You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations. And having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that. Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception. Then it's part of the regulations? It's a student, which would mean that whoever killed Mukuro... It's a very polarizing approach, I know. But okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but... This killing game began when 16 participants, all of them high school students, and the And the only people to take a single step at Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why did you all quiet all of a sudden?
Now I'm really angry.
I'm done talking. I got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would you? Why so mad?
Whew.
He seems emotionally unstable.
Hey.
Leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I just need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto, let's go. Okay. He's losing it. Imagine Somnium, but Aiba doing eye puns instead of Date. Big titty. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym. I'm out of can. I can't believe it's gone. It's all I had. Well, time to open another one. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. The carbonation's kind of helping my throat, so as I'm drinking it. I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
However,
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true.
whew,
But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the Mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
so
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
because
It's all because of that one moment that the Mastermind let down their guard, like I said. So when was it that the Mastermind let their guard down?
so
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the Mastermind said? They said that they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
listen.
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unthinkable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. Dude, I can't believe Mac's headroom was, like, all Monokuma's fault. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off,
However,
and yet somehow the Mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason?
so
I keep unmuting myself thinking I can talk again, but no, then there's another cough. They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show the world.
it would seem
The Mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. That makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
in other words,
So the Mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other, to show that off to the world. But why?
correct.
To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point?
Hey,
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope to kill each other and sink into despair. The Mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal, as the ultimate despair. What? So they're just trying to be an edgelord? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right. Excuse me. It is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yet, that same motivation is what led to the Mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
In other words,
Because their goal was to broadcast this killing game to the world. The Mastermind had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the Mastermind simply ignored their rules, this would have been a game. This wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
at the very least,
That's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the Mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves?
indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead they tried to... Excuse me. So instead they tried to use the class trial, following all the proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the Mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when the fact was exposed live on TV to the entire outside world, the Mastermind had to accept your suggestion?
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the Mastermind harm to have it shown that they'd violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the Mastermind to accept your challenge?
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance. Because you believed in me, another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the Mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
wrong.
In the end, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning, essentially. I was making a bet.
Whew.
But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least. I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh and I took it as a small sign of relief. I'm gonna take another hit. Hold on. Ugh. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I'd shown my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However,
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time.
correct.
Or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the Mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There's no option except to win.
Hey,
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the Mastermind. Work together with everyone.
however,
Is that really possible?
anyway,
Right now we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
They're probably in the dorms somewhere. Shall we go? No.
Anyway,
Okay, yes. Also, am I crazy, or are the prompts blue now? Were they always blue? I remember them being yellow. Maybe I'm crazy. Let's check the dorms. The dormsies? The Dormammus? Who's alive still? Toko. This is Toko's room. Is she inside? It's been green. Shut up!
hey,
I don't think she's here. We need to keep looking. Okay, no Toko. Beep, beep. Beep. Beep, beep, beep. Byakuya. He's probably not in here. This is Byakuya's room. Is he inside?
hey,
I don't think he's here. This is Hero's room.
hey,
What about Owl? Hello? It's always been green. Green. We tune in for your regularly scheduled coughing fit. Where the fuck am I going? This way? Can I go to the second floor dorms? No. The gate is still locked. Is it really not going to open up till this is all over? Well, I want to go in there. Let me in? Yeah. Right now? I wonder if my 3D print is done. Oh, by the way, it's time to talk about 3D printers. Hi, my name's 3D Printing Man. No, I'm printing a small thing right now. Let's head to the dorms where everyone else is. Hmm? No, I'm printing... Fuck! I'm printing a small thing to try to fix my printer and make it better. Why is it getting worse? Take another hit. Wait, and suddenly we were greeted with, Jack? Oh, hi. You again? Is he broken? I suppose his emotional instability has reached its limit. Jeez, what the heck?
However,
I wonder what that was all about. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. That cleared my throat. Why did doing that clear my throat? Ah!
Is that Makoto?
We gaming! Speaking of 3D printing, how did the convention go with your Yoctopi booth? Oh, I forgot about about that. That was a joke. Although Kevin did print out like a lot of them, but he kind of just like gave them away to random people. Yeah, we didn't charge for them. I only printed one. I printed one, and I still have it. It's mine. Belongs to me. Is that Makoto?
You guys!
Oh, this is voiced.
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
Huh? You survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Everyone was there. All my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
Wait, what's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, that seriously stinks. It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. Get away. Damn. And in a flash, my tears dried up. Damn. You just got wrecked. You stink. Are you rotten? Bruh, you have, like, negative 400% room to talk.
I'm telling you!
Rotten physically, mentally, every way you can be rotten. I was rolling around in garbage for a while. The smell is so smelly. Hold on. I had like a visceral reaction. I don't know why. Super smelly. You smell even worse than me. Way worse than me. I win. She seems happy for some reason. Toko. The contest isn't about who is less smelly, it's about who's the smelliest. I'm the winner. I still can't believe you survived. Yeah, me neither. Do you realize why it is you who escaped execution? It was Alter Ego. He saved my life.
That's right.
Not too many people can say they had their lives saved by a computer program. I imagine it was a learning experience for you. I had a moment of elation.
Yo!
Perfect absence of mind and body in the trash pit. I reached nirvana the Nirvana initiative. Makoto! What was it like hanging out in the spirit world? I didn't go to the spirit world.
You know?
Did you get to talk to her? Who? Miss Cleo! What? I didn't talk to her. I mean, I didn't go to the spirit world. Wait, who the heck is Miss Cleo? Wait, what? So you didn't get to talk to her, huh?
Serious.
Sounds like you lack discipline. I lack discipline? What? Super Smelly? Why does she seem so happy about that? I swear to God. I can't count at least 3 people who were saved by AI. So what have you guys been doing while I was gone? We figured that since the class trial was over, we'd have access to new places again. And? No dice. All the rooms that were locked before were still locked. So there weren't any new areas. My back itches. Then, where can we go to find new clues?
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain? Explain what? Is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you?
It's true.
That's related to what we have to tell you all. I need to tell you all about the last class trial. The last class trial?
In other words,
We're going to redo Mukuro's trial. Wait, seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't. Like I keep telling you.
wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer, and of course it's not me or any of you. Then who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is, it was all the work of the mastermind. You're saying the mastermind killed Mukuro?
That's right.
It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time, and did what he had to stop it.
However,
But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you say?
You spotted the trap? Did you, Makoto? You make it sound like it was easy. I just, you know.
however,
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time. And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean that they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said, now it's the mastermind that's ensnared, that's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean.
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again, later. So knowing all this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind. But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery? But we've been looking around all this time, and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
You've probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies. Everyone?
I hate you.
Who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine with living here forever with Master. I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible.
Anyway,
At this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth.
Interesting.
In other words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say. But figuring out who the mastermind is and how they killed Mukuro, and all the school's mysteries, it's a pretty tall friggin' order. Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. If we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. I'm not so sure about that. What? I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. What? You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
Indeed.
That's what I thought it too at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. Hint? It's a very polarizing approach, I know. Enough puns, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable.
Huh?
But why?
So, in other words...
If the mastermind really is the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to have set foot in this school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
In other words...
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game. Then the mastermind is... There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. Add in Mukuro, and you get 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them?
That's right.
And of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now? You're saying the mastermind is one of us?
No way!
You can't be serious. We can't say for sure that's true yet. No, that's wrong! Monokuma might have just said all that to confuse us.
Indeed.
It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. Us, among the mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair, so they must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible. If one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? Did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret.
but...
I don't care how sneaky you are. We would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right?
Then maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still. It's bedtime, children.
This is a school announcement.
No, this one's different. Why?
You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school.
Oh, what? What?
Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
Hmm?
I love that laugh. How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
The time for talk is done. We now need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name of my family.
At this point, I can rely only on myself, on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility.
Goodbye.
Well then. After making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. Master! He didn't take me with him.
Hey,
Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream or coffee. You're totally useless. So bye. Coffee without the cream or the coffee is literally nothing. You're saying nothing is useless? I mean, I guess, but like, nothing is the absence of anything. Would I call that useless? The absence of something as a concept, I would not say is useless. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone. The mastermind can use the morphogenetic fields from the future and predict every conversation tree and program all of it. He's playing 999 right now. You cannot use nothing. But it is a concept. How can a concept be useless? And you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. Which just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself, too.
Just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to find out the mastermind's identity. Guess he's not gonna find anything. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's really gonna go off by themselves? What about you, Hina? How is this guy still alive? I guess I'll do the same thing. Oh.
But...
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know? But up until now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless! If you hadn't been there, I would have died. Remember the time she almost killed everyone? Makoto? That's really nice of you to say. It was really funny when she almost murdered everybody. But still, I know I've mostly been totally useless.
Okay.
So I figure, at least here in the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us get out of here. I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. See you later. Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it's just us two.
Indeed.
What if this Typhlosion would make a good back scratcher? Oh wow, it's actually quite... Oh wow, ooh. The points on like its back, the fire points, are so sharp. Yeah, no, that's good. Hi, Kyoko, what are you doing here? So, you're gonna go off on your own too, right, Kyoko?
However...
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
So...
That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigating doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
So then...
Well, I better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
Correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in the school had been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in this school. All the doors, does that mean the front door too? We can visit all places we couldn't go before.
Makoto.
No matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. With that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. I can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. I can, so that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of this school. And then we can all escape together. Okay, throw me some numbers.
Hello?
It's me, Richard.
It's 1:30 in the morning. What are you doing calling me?
Sorry to do it to you, but we have a mother of a virus ripping through a major company file.
Okay, throw me some numbers.
I guess I'll start by taking another look at Mukuro's Monokuma file. No, due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Once we find out who killed Mukuro Ikusaba, then we'll know who the mastermind is. Where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? Who killed her? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. The headmaster's room, the biolab, the door, and the data center with Monokuma's face on it. And the second floor dorms where the gate was down before. They should be open now, right? After that, I'll have to double-check the areas that are connected to the murder. Which means the garden and the dojo. Time to get started. Nice. Okay, now I have free time. The buttons are blue now. Were they always blue? Buckaroo? Final investigation for either Max Brain Hurdy or Chad Figure It All Out. The gate's open. Maybe because it's nighttime? Is that actually a thing? You know what? That might be a thing. It's just that the game, like, never has anything that happens at nighttime. The gate's open. We can finally check out the second floor of the dorms. Which means I have to do it. Look at the fucking stairs. Gold paneling on the sides. Black marble. This is the second floor of the dorms? It looks like some ancient ruins. No, more like a battlefield. Like a bomb blew up here or something. I'm assuming the only room that's open is the one that is the student, right? What the fuck? Is that a giraffe? Yo, is that a giraffe? I'm trying to get it to vibrate. I got it to vibrate earlier. Yeah, kind of like that. I can't wait to watch the Better Call Saul finale right after this. It checks with the head! You know, I still have not seen past the first episode of Better Call Saul. Why not? I don't know. I love Breaking Bad. Why haven't I watched El Camino? Why haven't I watched Better Call Saul? Oh, that's right. I don't have time to do it. What? There's a hair floating in front of me. It's just floating stationary? What the I didn't even know that was... Were you attached to a spider web? What the fuck? It was just like floating in the air. Not moving. There's a ghost in my room. It's attached to your head. No, like in front of the computer monitor. Like not attached to it, just there. The bed is completely torn apart. I mean, it's not really even a bed anymore. It's just garbage. Just like me. I opened the door just a crack, glanced inside, and immediately closed it again. There wasn't even a hint of a bathroom, just a big pile of rubble. Oh, I slapped my keyboard. There is nothing in here? Okay. So yeah, I went to a convention over the past few days. It kind of was, pretty meh. I'm gonna be honest with you, it was probably, like, the most boring convention I've been to. This is the girls' bathroom. Even in a place like this, I can't bring myself to go in. Like, I know it's, like, things are reeling back up from COVID, even though COVID isn't actually gone. But, like, so many things were canceled abruptly, and, like, it just wasn't organized very well. I basically just lived in the dealer's room. I just stayed in there. There was nothing in here. Okay. I bought a bunch of things. I learned that Bandai like, you know, they made, like, Gundam-style kits for Pokemon? They're not robots. I shouldn't say Gundam-style kit. They made, like, assembly, like, model kits, but for Pokemon. Also a Kirby. I bought a Kirby one, too. I'm gonna put them together later. They were also, like, really cheap. They were, like, $10. Why is that locker sealed shut? This room is filled with lockers. It must have been for Hope's Peak students who came before us. The class before ours must have used these. There's a lot going on in here. There's a metal plate mounted to the locker. I really want to know what's inside, but there's no way. Coin? I'm digging this, though. A lot of new areas. I can't imagine any way to get this locker open. I'm not even going to bother trying. Okay, I was trying to click on this one, I guess. I wonder if I can open this locker. Nope, locked. There's a card reader installed on the door. That must be how you get your locker open. After all, it's pretty similar to the card readers on the locker rooms in the second floor of the school. And you have to use your e-handbook to open these up. Does that mean... Let's give it a try. I took out my handbook and ran it across the card reader. And then... No luck. Maybe only the locker's owner can open it, which means none of us can do it. I wonder if I can open this locker. Nope, locked. It's the same exact fucking dialogue? There's a metal plate mounted to the locker. There's no way to get it open. Locker is already broken. I wonder if I can open this locker. Why is it the same? I don't know why I keep checking these. What about this one? I can't imagine to get this locker open. Okay, I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna click on all of them. There could be coinage. I see? What did I tell you? There's nothing in here. Time to leave. Why am I able to click on every single one? It's a giraffe! Alright, what's this? There is a computer? This room doesn't really feel like a student's room. It has more of an adult atmosphere.
Correct.
Hi, it's the headmaster's private room. Kyoko!
Indeed.
I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. So I decided to check it out one more time. A regret? There's a PC on the desk. It must have belonged to the headmaster. Computron?
It would seem...
Whoever used this last, it looks like they were very interested in the ultimate despair. The PC still has some search results left on it. What's the password? We might be able to get some of the info on the ultimate despair?
However...
There's not much, though. Nothing we don't already know.
In other words...
The ultimate despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. That group is responsible for the tragedy which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people, whose driving force comes from despair.
However...
That's all that there is. Not much to it, is there? But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete Kirigiri failure. But any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on.
Correct.
I see. That's a good outlook to have. Oh god, the fucking council from the SCP lore is here. The desk is home to a computer. It must have belonged to the headmaster. Kyoin. A leather chair. I can't imagine a student using something like this. It must have been the headmaster's. Kyoko looks almost meek right now. She must be thinking about something. I probably shouldn't bother her. I'm not going to talk about the obviously that. There's a strange gap in the wall. Is there some kind of design mistake or a construction defect or something?
So...
There's a gap here, but not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out. A breeze?
Indeed.
There's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. Does that mean... like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. You know how to open it? Did you figure out some kind of trick or something?
Indeed.
A very easy trick, yes. So easy, I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. I saw a program on that PC I think controls it. Enter the right password, and the door should open right up.
However...
But I don't have a clue as to what the password might be. All we know is it's probably made up of letters and or numbers. We can't really go from there. Hangman's Gambit, let's go. You're right. That's not nearly enough to go on.
It's true.
I looked through all his paperwork, and the files on the PC, everything I could think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to, but nothing that might have been the password.
Whew.
I think of how much time I wasted on this. When I think of how much time I wasted on this. Jeez. So there's a hidden room she couldn't get into. That's what she meant by regret. I think we can assume there must be some kind of clue waiting in there. I thought he said he was going to unlock every door. Maybe for her, there's more to it than that. Anyway, if we want to get in there, we need to figure out the password. If Kyoko can't figure it out, no way I stand a chance. No, wait. There might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of, or something she didn't want to think of. For example, what about your name?
What?
Sorry, I was just thinking about what the password might be. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as his password. Knowing how she is, I bet the idea never even occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it, just to be sure?
Well?
It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it, do whatever you want. Okay. That's, I don't like it. I don't like it when they say that. They go, do whatever you want. Yeesh. Yeesh. Sheesh. You know, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name. But if it's not that, it might just hurt Kyoko even more.
Hey.
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Oh, okay. In that case, here goes nothing. I collected myself and turned to face the computer monitor. Let me just type the password here. I typed in her full name, Kyoko Kirigiri. My hands were tense, slightly trembling as I finished typing it in. Wow. Yo, Kyoko, how does it feel to be, wrong? K-Giri 5. What? That did it? Kyoko, it worked! Is she mad?
Why?
She's confused. Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. Kyoko. Get me in there. Oh. Oh, she... Hey, Kyoko? I may as well not even be in the room. Her gaze was fixed only on one thing. A present. Wrapped and covered with such joy. That's what made it so unusual. I better check out that suspicious present. I want to see that! There's a brightly colored box here. It seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it. What's in the box? But I mean, we can't not open it. Oh, I can't not open it. Okay.
Makoto.
Be careful, Makoto. Why? You think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous. But surprising, probably. Huh?
It would seem...
If it is what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. You know what's in there?
Anyway...
Just don't scream or anything, okay? Is it gonna be a head? Fucking... It was a joke. Are you saying it's something that'll make me want to scream? I'm just gonna open it. Step by heavy step, I approached the box. I took a deep breath, and then took hold of the lid. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted it up. Light began to sneak its way into the box. It's gonna be a fucking head. I stole a hesitant glance inside, and... Kyoko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry. Oh, it's bones! There's technically a head in there. What was in the box? It was bones. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, who could have possibly imagined?
I see.
Just as I thought. What? Let me see this. Kyoko said, just as I thought. I have to find out what she means by that. I just want to look at the picture. Just as you thought. How could you have known that? There were bones in there. Human bones.
Wrong.
That's actually my homunculus. It's not that I was thinking of the bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. That's pretty much the same thing. A dead guy in a box. My father. What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box. Those bones. That body. That's my father. Or at least what's left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for? Hold on, how can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
So...
Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. So that very same person may be the mastermind who planned all this out. According to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in his school right now. It's a very polarizing approach. Yeah, we already know this. Alter Ego said that the headmaster was probably here in the school. But the only ones who were still alive at the start of the killing game were us 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume.
In other words...
That most likely, my father was in this school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption, anyway. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Or no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she thought, so she knew it was a possibility. But I have to believe that at some point she wanted to be proven wrong. Which is why she never looked at the box for herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties. But was that all that there was to it? Just do like the OG Full Metal Alchemist anime and take the bones and turn it into a homunculus. I need to rewatch that show. That was so long ago. I gave up on that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. Would she really give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. Oh, man. Technically, that is her father, or was. Wait. Is that her father, or was that the bones of her father? I mean, is a part of his body. This picture. It's all faded. It must be pretty old. Wait, is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko.
Why would you?
Well, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free of the past. Number 89. It's all connected. And yet... to now find something like this. So, what do you expect me to do now? Then I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time, he must have really cared about her.
Why?
Why? What? Her arms are purple. That's why she wears full sleeves. I wanted to face him and tell him myself, to cut him out of my life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoning me again. And this time, he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Kyoko. Oh man, I feel bad now. This picture. He must have really cared about her. Let's check the desk. The headmaster's desk. It's probably hiding some kind of clue, so I really want to check it out, but I really don't want to touch Kyoko's dad's desk without her permission.
Hey.
Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like. Are you sure?
Because...
Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Go into the girl's bathroom. You have permission. Okay then, if you don't mind. Get in there! Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. But in the last drawer... Is this? It's an e-handbook, right? It has a label on it that says, in case of emergency. I'd found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk.
In other words...
A handbook with no limitations, given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what it is. I think you're probably right.
It would seem...
It might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? But Kyoko... I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. Then I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay? I can open the lockers now? Can I open lockers?
Hey.
Excuse me. Listen, Makoto? Can I ask you a favor? No. What is it?
So...
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this. And I know it'll only inconvenience you that much more, but...
Hey.
Could you leave? Huh?
Correct.
Just for a little while. I'd like to be alone for a bit. Kyoko. Don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little.
Just a second.
Get my emotions in order. You know, Kyoko, you told me before about the relationship you had with your dad. how you're only connected by blood and not by heart and soul. But maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Why is Kyoko's now talking? Oh, she interrupted him. Is that what you were going to say? If so, it's just a theory. And this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the fact of what happened. What I went through. That problem can't be solved so easily. You're right. I'm sorry.
Anyway...
Once I've got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please, just give me some time to myself. Okay, I understand. Then I'll see you later. Is she really okay? Kyoko, it must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. To find out what happened to the headmaster. There's no doubt the mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster. Killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster is dead. Yes, I know. But we were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind. Which means the mastermind's true identity is... Yes, no. 15 of us all met in the main hall. Add Mukuro to the mix, and you get 16. And including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead. Even Mukuro. Even she's undeniably dead. So the ones left alive are... me. Byakuya. Hiro. Toko. Hina. And Kyoko. Only those 6 people are still alive. Then there's no question. No, that can't be! I refuse to believe it! There has to be some other way! There just has to be! I turned on... I keep hitting tab and opening caps lock by accident. Go back in. There's all kinds of stuff I want to talk to her about, but... I'd better give her some more time. Bye, Kyoko. Goodbye. I'm gonna go check the lockers now. I'm assuming I can scan them now. I wonder if I can open this locker. Wait! But... what about the emergency handbook I found in the headmaster's hidden room? Let's give it one more try. I took the emergency handbook and ran it across the card reader end. Just what I was hoping for. Just what I needed. Let's see what we've got inside. This locker is totally disorganized. Whoever it belongs to probably has the organization problems of every part of their life. This is Hiro's locker. It has to be. There's all kinds of textbooks and notebooks stacked up in no particular order. And dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever stuff this is didn't do a lot of studying. Not that I can really talk. Trying to act casual and natural as possible, I picked up one of the notebooks I saw. But the moment I looked inside, any sense of easiness I had evaporated. Okay, so anytime somebody dies, their locker gets destroyed? Is that what's happening? What? There was no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written, Yasuhiro Hagakure. Is this our Yasuhiro? The notebook also contained a large number of notes for a variety of different classes, which would mean he attended classes here. I was right. That can't be possible. Excuse me. Ugh. I mean, Hiro came to the school at the same time as the rest of us. We were all sucked into this evil world. We never had the chance to take any classes. So what is this notebook? There was a gap of time between when they came here and when this started happening. Like, I think a large gap of time. Is this a deck of playing cards? No, they're tarot cards. But wait. Aren't they used for telling fortunes? It's just a coincidence, right? This is a crystal ball. A crystal ball? No, it can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker. It's just not possible. Yes, it is. Next. Looks like the locker opened. Let's see what we got inside. I don't see anything that might be a clue. Maybe Makoto or Kyoko's locker? This thing is practically empty. There's just one thing, some kind of pocketbook. I don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure whose it is. There's some writing inside. It could be important. I don't like violating the owner's privacy, but I'd better take a look. It looks like a girl's handwriting. And all the letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been really meticulous. Okay, this is probably Kyoko's locker. Huh? I was flipping through the pocketbook, but my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there. Words I'd heard before. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in a communal life. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. He was willing to give me some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student prodigies safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. Fat load of shit that genius did them. For the future of our country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from a now corrupted world, to serve as the foundation for a new era. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan. So that's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone else. I can't imagine a worse father. This can't be true, can it? But I knew it was, and I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. Kyoko. It couldn't be anyone else. If this belongs to Kyoko, what was it doing in this locker? And what she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. She said she hasn't seen her dad since she was little. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. Yes, it happens to be the headmaster, my father. What does all this mean? I quickly scanned the remaining pages of the notebook. I must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong about this whole thing. But when I reached the last page, the question mark spinning through my mind just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, scrawled. What is this? What does it mean? I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense? Despair walks Amogus, and so we survive. There's a second despair. The more I see, the less sense it makes. Actually, no, this is coming together quite cleanly. Because these lockers, they had to belong to the previous students, right? So why am I seeing this? Why are there things in the lockers that look like they belong to the people here? A notebook that seems like it belongs to Hiro, and a pocketbook that seems like it belongs to Kyoko. There has to be some kind of explanation. But if I want to find out, I have to keep moving the investigation forward. I have to believe in everyone. Toko, Byakuya, who knows? Nothing in here that could be a clue. Are these all dead-end lockers? Boring lockers? What, just those two? Wow, lame. Lame. Now let me in. This is the girls' bathroom. No, okay. Lame. Fucking lame. Was there anything locked in here? I'm assuming this is where Miss Ultimate Despair resided. That's where they stayed, right? The first locker is always Hiro's regardless of which you open? Oh, really? I can't believe they put metal plates on the metal lockers and didn't just weld them shut. Where, I guess I go this way. So I was right, though. There was, like, a large period of time between when they got to this school and when they woke up, right? That's what's going on? Can I go in here? They said every door was unlocked. This is technically a door. The entrance is still blocked by that giant metal slab. Monokuma just broke the rules again. He lied. He lied to me. Monokuma lied to me. Guess he didn't really break the rules, but I want to yell at him. There was nothing locked here. Third floor. Return the slab. Nothing was locked at here either, right? Yeah. Okay, that data room.
Hey, Makoto.
Are you here to look around too? Is that what you're doing here? I can't help but wonder about that Monokuma door.
Yeah.
So I figured, if all the doors in the school had been unlocked, that one should be open too, right?
But...
Although I couldn't bring myself to open it.
I mean...
It might explode, right? That'd really suck. So you open it. Actually, get Toko to do it. I almost said Kyoko. I'm sure she didn't mean it, but she made it sound like she was okay with me getting blown up. Just go get Toko.
Okay.
Thanks, Makoto. Okay, so I guess I'll open it. Wait, let me take cover first. I don't want to get exploded. Hina raced over to a nearby desk and hid underneath it. Okay, go ahead. Everything will be okay, right? Here goes nothing. I threw all my weight into it, but the door opened much easier than I expected. It's the control room. There was no explosion, thankfully. My first impression was, this place is totally sci-fi. I was kind of thinking the same thing. Is it not that? There's a door? Dude, he can vent? There's some kind of hatch on the floor. But right now I'm more concerned about that weird device.
What the heck?
Every part of the school leaves a bad taste in my mouth, but...
Just a second.
This place is like #1 gross. It's a whole different league of creepy. What is this device? It's like some kind of control panel. It's really over the top, though, like some kind of military installation or something. It kind of looks like a mech cockpit, right? Hifumi'd probably freak out if he saw it. Cockpit? Cockpit? So the Monokuma room has a control panel that looks like some kind of cockpit. Then, could that mean...
Okay.
Alright, let's start poking at it or whatever. I'm gonna start pushing buttons. You can't just... or whatever, something like this. But it was too late. Hina was already jabbing away at the control panel.
Huh?
Did you hear that? I think it came from the other room. Hina, what did you push? I'm not totally sure, but... I think it was that one, the button that says Data Center. Data Center? I took a good look at the control panel. I saw a bunch of buttons, each with the name of the room next to it. And just like Hina said, there was one labeled Data Center. That must be the one she pushed. But the Data Center... that's right next door. The room we were just in, that's where the strange noise came from. I probably better go check it out.
Yeah.
Yes, please. I'm kind of scared out of my mind right now, so I'll just cheer you on from over here. Good job, Hina. As if I don't already know what this is. Did I just hear what I think I heard? He's just standing there? Is that Monokuma? This is weird. Hi. Hey! Give me all your donuts! Is that you, Hina?
What?
Aw, man, busted. How did you know?
Say what?
Anyway, what's this? Some kind of remote control camera kind of set up? You don't even know what you're controlling?
Hello.
Well, I mean, I can't really see anything from in here.
Found it.
Guess what I found? A self-destruct button! Whatever you do, don't push it.
Too bad.
Aw, man. Were you seriously gonna push it? I guess that settles it. The room with the Monokuma drawing on it, and the control panel inside. He's just standing there. This how you become a VTuber? Hey, Makoto, what the heck was that just now? Monokuma. What do you mean? What you were controlling just now, it was Monokuma.
Huh?
Monokuma? What, for real? Yep, it looks like that panel definitely controls Monokuma. Which means the Mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. They were definitely in here. The Mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. And this control room is totally separate from the data center area with all the monitors. In other words...
Hey.
Yeah, I get it. They have to get up and go into the rooms. Kyoko's theory was right.
But...
If the Mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from here, that means they've been inside the school this whole time, right? I guess that would have to be true. But if it is true... Yeah, I know. We're going back to flashback mode. The Mastermind. Monokuma's puppeteer is really the 16th student? No, it can't be. There's no way, right? What's wrong, Makoto? I don't like that face you're making. Oh, no, it's nothing. Oh, okay. What about you? Is everything okay? Well, it's just... This is where the mastermind's been hiding, right? Who knows if they set up traps or something? I can't say it isn't possible, but I really hope it's not true. So, like... You want to leave soon? There's a lot of other places to check out. Good point. We can't waste all our time standing around here. Okay, you want to get going? Yeah. Just curious. What does that say? Left potential, right potential. Like, vision? What? That's peripheral. Periphery? As soon as the door to the data center was closed, I heard a strange sound. What was that? The door just locked on its own. What? My hand shot out to grab the doorknob. You're right, it's locked. But why? They were in there the whole time. No, they were in the hatch. Of course it's locked, because the data center is now restricted. Monokuma?
Just a second.
You can't just go around restricting whatever you feel like.
Hey,
It's for your benefit. If that room stays open, I won't be able to move around. Imagine how depressed everyone would get if the school mascot just up and stopped moving. Then that room.
Yep.
As you may have guessed, that's where my controls are. Right now, you're being operated by someone in that room.
yes, indeed.
Correctamundo.
You're a liar.
That doesn't make any sense. We were just in there. We didn't see anyone. Oh, you didn't, did you? Are you sure you were as thorough as you could have been? Did you happen to check a certain suspicious hatch? No way. The hatch on the floor? Too bad. That was your one big chance, and you blew it.
Too bad.
Of course, the hatch can't be opened from the outside anyway, so whatever. Now then, this room is officially restricted. I can't stop fucking with this thing. Put it down. Put it down. Grounded. I'm grounded. This room is officially restricted. No more investigating. I'll be relying on you guys to tell the others. Peace. He's gone, but... Was he telling the truth? The mastermind was hiding in there? In fact, if you think back to when we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for sure.
Huh?
Then, when I said we should leave... Well, that hatch couldn't be opened from the outside anyway, right? So it's not your fault.
Sorry.
Okay. Anyway, we don't have to let it get to us. If Sakura was still here, she could just punch the shit out of the hatch and either fuse it shut or, like, rip it open. We have to stay positive and make the most of the time we have left. You're right. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's keeping my body moving. Okay, I'm gonna run around and tell everyone what we found here. Nice, you got me all motivated again.
You got it.
I'm out. See you later. Hina took off at full sprint. I have to do what I can. That's the only way forward. I would have pissed on the hatch. Like, specifically, like, angle it into the little, like, little sides. They can't be, like, airtight, right? Piss in the hatch. At least piss in the seat. No, shit in the seat. Driving and I'm screaming and I'm viciously masturbating. And I shit on the seats. Slash all your tires. The only thing left is this, right? When did Makoto stop smelling bad? When he's shit in the seat. Well, here I am in the biolab. It's so cold. It's like abnormally cold. I feel like I'm in a giant refrigerator. Is that a Metroid on the table? Why is it so cold? It's so cold. Why is it so cold in here? That's the first thing I need to figure out. Get Kyoko to bust in there with the skeleton bear key. I guess she could. I'm assuming the Monokuma room might be locked too, though. There are icicles hanging from the monitor. There's some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. On the left side, there's a bunch of glowing blue lights. But on the other side... So on the other side. There's a stack of tarps here. I've been seeing a lot of those things lately. There's some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. I've seen something like this before. That's it, I've seen this kind of thing in horror movies and stuff. It's a fridge for storing dead bodies. Does that mean that this biolab is actually a morgue? Notice how 7 of them are unpopulated. I should probably take a closer look around. No, look at this. There is exactly 16 slots here. And 7 of them are unpopulated. Interdasting. I'm surprised the surveillance camera can work with how cold it is in here. Could we have seen this from the surveillance room, then? There's some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. Wait, what have I not clicked on? The right-hand lights are off. Yeah, I know. What have I... Wait, I can't leave yet? I'm not done here quite yet. What do you... That's not what I... The Ultimate Despair made one for themselves. I know. There's some kind of booklet here. Oh, this. It looks like an instruction manual. We offer an eco-friendly alternative to standard dry ice for all your cadaver needs. In addition to the germicidal lamps, we also provide an ozone generator for the removal of ethylene gas. Simply insert the cadaver, and the blue light will let you know that the automated systems have activated. The temperature and humidity levels will be adjusted automatically for optimum settings. With our system, anyone can keep a body fresh as a daisy for as long as you need. In the unlikely event of a problem, the red light will activate and an alarm will sound immediately. The exterior is stainless steel, and we offer an optional leather upholstery upgrade package. Is this an instruction manual for the fridge? Looking around, I think I get it. It seems clear to me now. Some kind of makeshift morgue. And about those lights by each slot. Yeah, I get it. It looks like it's set up so that when the slot is occupied, the blue light comes on. Which would mean inside each slot lit up in blue. Another one of the victims is... I can't let my emotions take control right now. There's only one thing I can do for everyone who's died, and that's defeat the mastermind. And to do that, I have to continue my investigation. I don't have any other option. Plot twist, there's 7 lights off because Mondo's in the refrigerator. That's how you keep your Mondo butter fresh. So, 7 people are alive. Isn't that interesting? I wonder what it could mean. There's nothing new in here, I don't give a shit. What have I not looked at yet? Here? The lockers? How many people are supposed to be dead? All but 6. Oh, hi, Toko. Maybe there's a morgue for, like, for Genocide Jill, and then, like, if Toko died, she would get, like, sliced in half. I don't know. Kind of doubt it, because there were still 16 students. Toko, so this is where you were.
What do you want?
I am so disgusting. You want me out of your sight? That's not it at all. I just thought maybe you'd found a clue. Well, I haven't. I didn't find anything. Not one single clue. I figured since this place was related to the case, it would have had to have had something, right? But there wasn't anything out of the ordinary here. Give it back. Give me back my precious time. Calm down, Toko.
What's your problem?
Tell me to calm down. You have any idea what I'm going through right now? When everyone finds out, they're gonna call me useless, good for nothing. Nobody's gonna say that. Master will. I'm not sure I can disagree with that. I don't want that. I'm sick of always being looked down upon. Why won't anyone accept me? I don't think there are any clues here, so maybe I'm gonna get going. Usually you store frozen pizza in the freezer. I thought maybe I could open the lockers. You know, when I was at the convention... Why is everything... I don't think there are any clues here, so maybe I'm gonna get going. When I was at the convention, there was a Celestia Ludenberg cosplayer. And I was like, I recognize that character. No, because it was funny, because there was, like, an interaction that happened. So, okay, so I was, like, at a... Shush, insects, I'm trying to talk. No, I went up to one of the booths in the store area, in the store floor. Storefront floor? The floor. The shopping floor? Selling... whatever they call it. The place where you buy things. And the Celestia cosplayer was there, and she was asking the guy, like, she was like, do you know who this is? And he was like, no. And then she went, it's Celeste from Danganronpa. You can't even get the name right of my cosplay. I wanted so badly to be that guy that went, actually, Celeste isn't her real name. But I didn't. Huh? It's gone. Mukuro's body? It's not here? So it should be in the corpse morgue. The Monokuma flower. Maybe I got thrown in there. Does it really eat paper, plastic, and people? I don't think it's related to the case. It is possible that it got thrown in there. Maybe the body is inside the tool shed. I better check. You missed a prime opportunity to blast the Pizza Time music to the Celeste cosplayer. I did want to... So I don't usually just, like, approach people I don't know in public and be like, hi! So, like, I didn't do that, but, like, I did kind of want to make a pizza joke. I didn't find anything even close to a dead body. But it's not as if but if it's not in here either, then it must be... Could it be in the biolab? But corpses aren't the only thing I need to check in here. There's one other thing. The tarp. The tarp played a key role in another case, so... I better look into it. No way that flower eats plastic. Don't eat my 3D prints! These are... Well, they're not expensive to make or anything. But they are very time-consuming. Also, they destroy my power bill. I'm pretty sure the printer eats, like, a shitload of electricity. The killer used the tarp to keep the sprinklers from getting the body wet. Which means the killer might have left some clue behind here. Huh? I didn't notice this before. There's a small stamp on the corner of the tarp. It says Biolab. Then this originally came from the biolab. It was a good cosplay, by the way. I didn't, like, get a picture of it or anything. Even if I did, I probably wouldn't show it on stream. I don't know, I feel weird about, like, showing, like, people I met in real life on stream. But anyway, it was a good one. It was good. That's all I really needed to check in here. Good to know. My throat is dying. My lungs need to be removed. Imagine installing a whole solar panel setup just to power your 3D printer. See, look! It's totally environmentally clean, I say as I throw out a shitload of useless, like, wasted, failed prints into the trash. Is PLA recyclable? I have no idea. Probably should check that. There is nothing in here. Bungu. Bunger? Bunger, bunger, bunger. I forgot I needed to come in here. Of course you're in here. Of course you are. This is the headmaster's room. I've heard an awful lot about it, but this will be my first time seeing it for myself. Ah, Makoto, it's you. Oh, Byakuya. Well, you came to the right place this time. Would you like to see something interesting? What do you mean, something interesting? Take a look at this. It was on the top of that pathetically ostentatious desk. Class 78, Student Registry. In addition to being recyclable, PLA 3D printer filament is also biodegradable. That is possibly not true. It's not that it's not true. It's that it's not really like made out this like. So I've seen this before. I know for like, you know, it says it's biodegradable, but I mean when people actually put that to the test and they like leave it in like dirt and soil and water for like years, it doesn't actually do anything. So it says it's biodegradable, but I kind of don't believe that. Maybe, like, you give it, like, 40,000 years? Maybe. All I know is I watched, like, a couple videos about it, possibly debunking that. I'm not sure, though. But if it's recyclable, then that's fine. See, I was wondering, because, like, I knew PLA was based on, like, something that wasn't normal for plastic, you know? It's, like, plant-based or some shit, so I didn't know if you could recycle it. Probably as biodegradable as the thinner-made plastic bottles that are just more of an inconvenience. I don't think those things biodegrade, like, at all. Isn't that what the ocean is filled with right now? Because it's not biodegrading, they're just, like, getting shred up by the ocean currents, and they turn into microplastics, and then we eat them. It contains profiles for all of us, and Mukuro.
So, in other words...
Apparently, Class 78 refers to us. Wait, when we found Mukuro's profile in Kyoko's room...
I see.
It also mentioned a Class 78. This must be where Kyoko got that page. And since the rest of our profiles are listed in there along with hers,
In other words...
there can be no doubt. Mukuro was a student here at Hope's Peak Academy, just like the rest of us. Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student. That must be how Kyoko learned about it. But it seems that Kyoko was in a hurry. What do you mean? I'm talking about when she stole it. The uneven tearing, the way the paper had been crumpled. She must have been in a hurry. Class 78. You removed the second digit of that, and that's Class 7. I would pull up Xseed as a joke, but I really don't feel like it right now. Well, since she snuck in to get it, I'm sure she wanted to get out as fast as possible. But what's your point? Dude has 2 copies of his photo hung on the wall. I was gonna point that out. There's just like a duplicate over there. I want to take a closer look at it, but Byakuya is in the way. She was in so much of a hurry that she only got the first page. The first page. Correct. Mukuro's profile actually contains 2 pages. What?
So, in other words...
When it comes to this profile, there was more information about Mukuro that we still didn't have. Why wouldn't she just take the whole fucking book? What kind of information is it? I guess she had to hide it. Why do you have to ask me to explain every little thing? You can read, can't you? You could have snuck out the whole book. Is it like paperback? If you just like shove it into your pants or something, I don't know. It seems to be some sort of detailed report put together by the headmaster himself.
Interesting.
I don't know what kind of man he was, but I'm glad he left us such an interesting clue. I was half listening to Byakuya as I skimmed through the report. Mukuro reappeared suddenly. Oh. We have a photo. Mukuro reappeared suddenly, and in the background an entity floats, close but just out of reach. The entity known as the Ultimate Despair. Right now I can't be sure if this is a single person or some kind of group. Look how long her fucking neck is. Whatever it is, Mukuro definitely has some kind of connection to it. I have a bad feeling about all this. I need to push forward with my research into the Ultimate Despair. There's the IHOP goth girl. Dude, there's a second Celeste. I need to pay attention to Mukuro's behavior, too. This is just my gut feeling, but I think she's dangerous. Despite the countless battles she must have gone through as a member of Fenrir. I forgot how to pronounce it for like a split second. When she entered Hope's Peak, she didn't display any signs of battle wounds or scars. That fact alone proves her tremendous skill in battle. Naturally, I want to believe in her. She's one of my students, after all. But if I decide she's a danger to the other students, I will be forced to take all reasonable measures. Mukuro was a part of the Ultimate Despair? I don't think there can be any doubt about it now. Wouldn't that mean Mukuro and the Mastermind were allies? So why? Why would they kill Mukuro? Plus, even the headmaster seemed to be afraid of what Mukuro was capable of. Excuse me. They would have had to take her completely by surprise to kill her like that. Or maybe it means the Mastermind is even stronger than Mukuro was.
What?
What's wrong, Makoto? Huh?
That's fine.
You seem to be lost in thought, but I should probably point out one other thing. There's another important bit of information within the file that you should note. What is it? Did you notice the picture in there? A picture of a girl perhaps you've never seen before. A girl he seems to be included as a part of our class number 78. That should be enough for you to figure out who the girl is. And further information about that girl is included in the file. 5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds. It even lists her vitals. 31, 22, 32. 5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds. Female. Well, what do you think? What do I think? Are you asking me, like, if she has a nice body?
Stop talking.
You hopeless idiot. What I'm trying to tell you is maybe you'll want to keep that in mind for later. Maybe you'll make your way back to the corpse and maybe you'll think, oh, could that mean... What is he trying to say? I wonder what he could be saying. There's a chance the body isn't actually Mukuro. Is that what he's saying? Personally, what I'm thinking seems all but impossible. But it wouldn't hurt to confirm, right?
It's all clear now.
That's all I was trying to say. What you do with that information is your business. So I'm back to being Byakuya's errand boy. What was that earlier about the body having a bunch of wounds on it? Oh, one last thing. It's a bit of advice from me to you, so I suggest you pay attention. Advice for me? You seem to be getting along with Kyoko quite well. It's not that we're getting along, she's just done a lot to help me. Well, don't put too much faith in her.
In other words,
The cost of that faith might be more than you can afford. What are you saying? Just what I think. Call it a hunch. A hunch? But my hunches tend to be proven right. The advice is free this time. Take it or don't, as you will. I'll keep that in mind, thanks. Anyway. Yeah, why is this guy listed twice? Also, this guy is here as well, but the picture is just mirrored. Danganronpa devs, Spike Chunsoft. It's a shame some unavoidable spoilers is just that unavoidable. Good thing most Mimi Danganronpa spoilers end after this. Just because the others are a little more hidden. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm definitely not... There are trophies and even a shield in the display case. There are documents scattered all over the floor. Somehow it makes me feel anxious. Again, couldn't we have used the data center to look in here? Even in the headmaster's room, there's a surveillance camera. The bookshelf seems to be really well made. It's filled with files and thick books. Yeah, thick. Just like...
This is a school announcement. Is everyone working hard? Is your investigation coming along nicely? Well then, since you're all giving it your best, your generous headmaster will give you a little hint. For those of you who are interested, please make your way to the gym ASA possible.
What? Now he wants to give us a hint? It's suspicious, there's no doubt about that. This could be a trap. But even knowing that... He said to go to the gym, right? Oh, hey, hero. Makoto! Why'd you act so surprised? Oh, no reason. You heard Monokuma's announcement, right? Are you here to find out what he has to say? I just did, actually. I'm on my way out. You already talked to him? What'd he say? Listen, sorry, but I gotta go. Here, wait. There was no point in trying to stop him. He ran off like a frightened animal. Hero? It was like he was trying to avoid me. I was hoping I could talk to him about the notebook I found in the locker. Has he been hiding something this whole time? I have a question. Teacher, how far do you think until the next trial starts? Because I'm thinking the beginning of that, or like right as we're about to start, might be a good place to leave off. That's a good suspense leave-off point. Unless Monokuma just pulls a gun out and shoots me right now.
I am Monokuma!
Hi, Monokuma. I'm Monokubi.
Welcome, welcome, hello. Are you ready for your final hint? It just so happens to be in the envelope on the ground in front of you.
It's so weird to me that he just fucking stands on the field. The envelope. This must be the envelope.
And just so you know, I won't be answering any questions about what you find inside.
What?
Don't worry, just get on with it.
The final trial is gonna be a chonker? Yeah, it's gonna be its own stream. Almost assuredly. Monokuma's cryptic words didn't make me feel any better, but I picked up the envelope. and opened it. What I found was a single photograph. Okay, two things. One, I was totally right. They were going to this school, like, normally. For, like, a while. It was exactly... For, like, a year? Yeah, they said a year. So they were going to this school for, like, a year, and then... Somehow they had their memories erased? Second of all... You notice if somebody has their face covered up? It featured a bunch of faces I recognized extremely well. It was everyone who'd come to Hope's Peak at the same time as me. Wait, but... Where Makoto? Actually, yeah, you're right. Where is Makoto? There's someone behind Sayaka. She's the only one I don't recognize. Wait, that's not true. I do recognize her. That's right. When Byakuya and I were in the headmaster's room and we looked at that file... Mukuro Ikusaba. Then this girl is... There's absolutely nothing wrong with this photo. What? Why? Why is Mukuro here with everyone else? And even more than that... Just having everyone here posed like this is weird enough by itself. And we're all wearing matching uniforms. I don't remember anything like this. Now that I'm looking at it, it's not even everyone. I'm not in this picture. I'm the only one not there. The picture has all 15 other students, but not me. I guess that makes sense. After all, I don't remember ever taking a picture like this. I went to junior high with Sayaka, but the first time I met everyone else was when I arrived here at Hope's Peak Academy. So it's natural for me to not be in the picture, but what's definitely unnatural is that everyone else is in the picture. I thought everyone was like me and didn't know each other till they got here. But if this picture is real, then could that mean... Could it be everyone else and just me? I don't know about that. Everyone here except me is...
How long are you gonna keep up this rambling soliloquy of yours, Hamlet?
What are you gonna do?
You're kind of getting in the way of standing there, you know? So I mean,
Get out. But...
I told you, I'm not fielding any questions.
Unbelievable.
What kind of mystery would this be if I gave you all the answers? That'd be totally out of left field.
I guess that means he's done talking.
Damn it.
So in the end, all I found in the gym was even more confusion. And with that confusion in hand, I left the gym dejected. How does that count as a hint? It just made me even more confused. Is that what Monokuma was going for? Did he put together a fake photo just to confuse me? But it looked so real, so full of life. How could anyone fake that? Which would mean everyone but me. Maybe I should just ask everyone directly. That should clear all this up. No, I have to clear this up. Yo, where the students at? Yo, where the bitches at? Not here. Is it going to tell me? Okay. Archive. Time to interrogate literally everyone. Beep. Oh, Byakuya. Listen, do you think we could talk? No. Byakuya?
That's enough.
I have nothing to talk to you about. Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Byakuya, wait! But of course he didn't. He just walked away. What the... Why is he acting like that? Like he was purposefully trying to avoid me. They were Were they shown a different picture? Monokuma, what'd you do? Monokuma did something, I don't know what. I hate how fucking slowly that cursor moves. I think someone is in the biolab. I didn't look that closely. Yasuhiro said he likes nature to calm him down, right? He must be upset. Hey, Hiro. You... Makoto? What's going on with you? Every time I see you, you freak out like that. No, No! Sorry, but I'm in a big hurry. Once again, he ran off like a terrified rabbit. Hiro, what's wrong? I still wasn't able to talk about the notebook I'd found. It was like he was avoiding me. Like he was afraid of me. Why? Why is Toko in the biolab? I got a bad feeling about this. I decided to visit the biolab one more time. And the first thing I saw when I got there... Oh, was her passed out again. Toko? This is a corpse. It's open. Open, Toko. Okay, less weird. Toko, are you okay? No. She's not dead, is she? Oh, here she is. Who's the mastermind? Me. It's me. It's cold. Super cold. It's so cold, I think I might catch cold. Catch cold? A cold? If you keep taking naps in places like this, I'm sure you will.
I see.
What? I was asleep? I must have fainted again. I bet you were all standing there staring at me getting all excited, weren't you? No, wasn't. Oh.
You reached that certain age.
Shut up. What, hot and bothered? Straight up horny? Okay, so, why did you pass out? I don't know. Last thing I remember was me waking up just now. What'd you do to Miss Morose? Oh, that's right. Your memory stops and starts each time you switch. She just said Bazinga. We share some basic knowledge, but our memories are very much separate. Did she really just say Bazinga? She said Bazinga. She said Bazinga. And don't say it like it's a bad thing. It's a blessing as far as I'm concerned. When... Okay, but look. The first episode of Big Bang Theory was apparently September 24th, 2007, and this game came out in 2010. First of all, I didn't know Big Bang Theory was that old. Second of all, oh no. Ew. Genocide Sheldon. Don't say it like it's a bad thing. It's a blessing as far as I'm concerned. Even if she forgets something, I totally remember. It's like double the memory. No, it's more like half. But what I want to know right now is, where's my little darling? Tell me now or I slit your throat. I don't know. I'm sure Byakuya is around somewhere, doing his own investigating.
Yes.
By himself? I hate how she kind of, like... She looks kind of cute. I assume so. And then she does that.
I knew it. I totally knew it. I'm a total pro when it comes to all things master. I gotta hurry. I can't even imagine how lonely he must be right now.
Okay, bye, Chie. Toko shot off, her eerie laughter echoing behind her. That's eerie? I totally forgot to ask about the picture. There's no point in asking Genocide Jack anyway. But there might be. Besides, I have more important things to do right now. Why did Toko faint? There's gotta be some reason for it. Yeah. The fridge, it's open! I'm sure they were all shut tight last time I was here. That must be why she passed out.
Right.
She faints so easily. Kyoko?
Makoto.
It's getting late, isn't it? Are you okay?
Indeed.
I'm sorry if I made you worry. No, you don't have to apologize.
Listen.
About this room. Oh yeah,
It would seem...
it's a morgue. Yeah.
I knew it.
I suspected as much. And Toko must have looked inside the fridge, seen what was in there, and well, there you have it. You knew she fainted?
Indeed.
I was on my way here when Genocide Jack came running past me. I assumed she must have sneezed, but once I got inside, the real reason became clear.
It would seem...
I imagine she came here to investigate, and when she opened the slot there, that's when she saw the body inside and dropped like a bag of rocks. Why's everything gotta be so difficult with her?
Anyway...
We should close it up. Don't want to leave it hanging open like that. Good idea.
Makoto.
Give me a hand with this. Kyoko approached the fridge, hands outstretched. But suddenly she stopped. What's wrong?
Listen.
Is it a speck of dust on my microphone I must remove? Maybe we should wait a second before closing it. How come? Because Mukuro's body is in here. Mukuro's corpse? Mukuro's body is inside the fridge?
I see.
Just like every other time, the Mastermind probably brought it up here while we were in the class trial. The Mastermind did it. Because they assumed we wouldn't be doing class trials over again, I guess.
So...
You may be right. Either way, now I can finally get a good look at the body. Kyoko didn't get a chance to check the body during the last investigation.
Makoto.
I need to do my own examination of the corpse as soon as possible. I'm gonna find a clue this time, and I'm going to grab the Mastermind by the tail. Okay, so what should I do?
So then...
Why don't you just wait over there? I'll let you know as soon as I'm finished. Wait over there, that's it? Yeah. I should ask Kyoko about the group photo. After all, she's in it too. Don't let me interrupt your investigation, but I wanted to talk to you about something. What is it? It's about the announcement Monokuma made earlier. You meant the one about a hint or something? I didn't take him up on the offer. Why not?
Because...
The only reason he'd give us a hint at this point would be to confuse us, or cloud our judgment. I can solve this mystery on my own, without whatever hints he may have to offer. That's a good point. I wish I could go back and do the same thing, but what's done is done, I guess. Standing here looking at her, I realize she's just like me trying to make history. I don't think she's hiding anything from me. Is she right? Did the Mastermind forge that picture as a trap to confuse us? That's gotta be it. There's no other explanation. Stivs. Oh, okay, let's repeat. It's a fridge meant for storing dead bodies. Why do you keep calling it a fridge? I guess it's not a freezer. I can't do it. I can't look inside. What's more importantly?
You know, I think I've seen a tarp like this somewhere before. It's the same one I found in the garden tool shed. If I remember, that tarp had a stamp on it that said Biolab. Now, why would a tarp be grabbited from here directly? Unless somebody came in here for a reason. That's the tarp that was used to help camouflage the murder in the garden. I'm starting to think it wasn't a murder in the garden at all. At some point, someone got it from the biolab and took it over there. God damn it. Oh, wait, that was new dialogue. It would seem the blue light comes on when a slot is occupied. When someone's in there, a blue light comes on. Looking around, the number of lights that are on, including Mukuro's, there's 9 in all. 9 lights. Actually, there are 4 lights. Do you know what's happening? I feel like this game is not obvious at all, Lamau. No, I have no idea. Nope, no clue. No idea whatsoever. Okay, Makoto, I'm done. Already? Geez, that was fast.
Indeed.
Anyone can do good work if they go slow. In that spirit, I'll make my report brief. Did you find anything?
Indeed.
I paid careful attention to the wounds and the traces of blood. It seems highly likely that the stomach wound and blow to the back of the head were inflicted after death. What? Really? The burnt tissue made things difficult, but I'm completely confident in my findings. So that means neither of those were the fatal injury, right? Then what was the fatal injury? Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. It had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered in other wounds, but these were at least several days old. The only other option are those other wounds, but the file said they were old.
Is that right?
Where does it say they're old? Huh?
Because...
All the Monokuma file says is that they were inflicted at least several days ago. I guess I don't see the difference?
Wrong.
Well, the difference is immense, considering the impression they give.
Listen.
You seem to be equating several days old with simply old.
However...
But that doesn't quite flow logically. Old wounds make it sound like they've been there forever, like they're not related to the murder. Are you saying that they are? But we got the Monokuma file right after she was killed, right? If the wounds were at least a few days old, there's no way they could have had anything to do with it.
So then...
But what if Mukuro herself wasn't killed within the last few days? What? No.
At the very least...
Certainly you can allow it as one of the many possibilities, can't you? One of many.
Right.
A detective doesn't have supernatural powers. There's no way to predict the answer from the beginning. Instead, the ideal detective begins by imagining as many possible scenarios as they can.
In other words...
They envision these possibilities without prejudice, without bias, using only their logic and common sense. Then, as they investigate, they test what they find against each of these possibilities. Of course, me telling you this doesn't mean you'll be any good at detective work. But beyond using that to solve this particular mystery, you should keep it in mind for the future.
Hey.
So if there's anything else you'd like to know about the condition of the body, now's the time. There was one thing. Earlier when I was looking at Mukuro's profile, it listed her height and weight.
So...
5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds. Vitals were 31, 22, 32. Did I get that all right? You remembered all that? They are indeed consistent with the corpse. So then...
Indeed.
And don't forget about the Fenrir tattoo. There's absolutely no mistake.
Indeed.
Our victim, in this case, without a doubt, is without a doubt Mukuro Ikusaba.
And?
Is that all you wanted to ask? Yeah, I think so.
So then...
It looks like we have no further business with Mukuro's body. Let's get going. It's kind of chilly in here. Are we not gonna put it back? Don't you think it's kind of sad leaving it out like this?
Why?
Sad. Did you forget? She was our enemy once. A part of the ultimate despair. But she got killed. She's a victim.
Hey.
Have you ever heard the phrase, you reap what you sow? Well, yeah, but still. You really are naive, you know that? It's really quite appalling. She could have abandoned me, but she decided to help me instead. So for someone like that, what does it mean to be naive?
So then...
I think we've done all we can here. Back to our separate investigations, yes? Hold on. I still have one more thing to do. Something I need to talk to Kyoko about. I need to ask her about that pocketbook I found in the locker. If I don't do it now... Nah, just leave. Hey, Kyoko. I did have one last thing. I know I shouldn't, but I feel like I have to ask.
What?
Go ahead then, out with it. Have you really not seen your dad even once since you got here?
What? So...
What do you mean? Well, you know all those lockers on the second floor of the dorms.
Indeed.
I do, yes. To get into any of the lockers, you'd need the handbook of whoever the locker belongs to. Actually, I managed to get them open using that emergency handbook.
I see.
The one you found in the headmaster's hidden room.
And?
So, did you find anything worthwhile? I found a pocketbook, and after looking through it, I think it must be yours.
Why is that?
What makes you say that?
Because...
Like I said, only the locker's owner should be able to get into it, right? I can't imagine those lockers belong to any of us. After all, we only got access to that area just recently. What I'm saying is there's no way I could have had access to any of those lockers. And if I did have a pocketbook, why would I bother putting it in a locker? Everything you said makes perfect sense, but there was something written inside. It was about the headmaster, about your father.
What? If that's true...
Could that mean that video is real too? You know what? I forgot about the videos. Video.
Makoto.
I think everything is finally starting to fit together to reveal a cohesive picture. Although I'm afraid that picture might be worse than anything we could have imagined. What are you talking about? I need to go investigate those lockers. Right now. I need to confirm what you said with my own two eyes. Let me give you the headmaster's handbook. That way you can...
So...
That won't be necessary. If I'm right about this, I shouldn't have any problem opening the locker with my own handbook. After all, it would seem that it's my locker. Your locker? Did Makoto not have a locker? If you watch this, it'll all make sense. A DVD? And it says Class 78 Urgent Interviews?
So...
I found it in that hidden room after you left.
Anyway...
I don't have time to explain exactly what I think it means. Excuse me. So just watch it and see for yourself. I think you'll realize exactly what it means. You'll understand why you found my pocketbook in a place none of us have ever seen before. None of this makes any sense right now. But I guess that means there's some important clue on this DVD.
Makoto.
Oh, and now it's my turn. Do you have a second to listen to me ramble? No, bye. Ramble.
In other words...
So, as it turns out, the arrangements I'd made didn't stick. What I mean is, I'm less and less sure of everything, even my own feelings. You're talking about your dad, right? I can never find the answers to the questions I wanted to ask. For the rest of my life. All because of the mastermind.
However,
There is one thing I am sure of. When it comes to the mastermind, there's no room in my heart for forgiveness. I swore to destroy the mastermind. Okay, that's a bit different from, like, cutting all ties with him. Well, did she say earlier she would destroy him? I'm gonna destroy him. This is just one more reason to follow through on that. Wait, no, I'm a dumbass. No, she's talking about the mastermind, not her father. It's late, okay? But the mastermind is the headmaster. You know, kill the mastermind, that makes sense. The determination to defeat the mastermind. It's strange to be confronted with his death and suddenly feel this way. I couldn't care less if my father had found happiness. Thank you for using the saying correctly. It's not could care less. That implies that you could care less. So why is it? Why does it bother me so much to know how he suffered? It's ridiculous. There's no understanding it, I guess. She let out a small laugh as she said it, but her smile was filled with sorrow.
Whew.
So that's it for my rambling. There's still so much to do before I can consider my task complete. Yeah, you're right.
Hey.
But keep this in mind. There's only ever one absolute truth. Whether that truth serves justice or suffering. Whether it's the greatest truth or the worst. What do you mean?
Makoto.
Even if the truth you uncover is filled with hopelessness, you still can't give up hope. Absolutely not, because I'm a Pokemon protagonist. Because all I can do is keep moving forward. That's pretty much all I'm good at, you know? Indeed. Sorry if that was strange.
So then...
Anyway, I need to get going. I'll see you at the class trial. Leaving behind that final farewell, Kyoko was gone. I better get going myself. I got that DVD from Kyoko. I should head to the AV room to check it out. Kyoko said something about a hopeless truth. If you have a pulled pork sandwich, is it just called a pull because you pulled the pork out? But the pork is pulled. You pull the... Why is it called pulled pork? Is it because you grab the meat and, like, pull it apart and smush it back together? No matter what happens, I won't lose hope. Even if it's the worst truth in the world, I can't afford to lose. So, is it trial time yet? No? Oh, I need to talk to everyone else, that's right. Okay, Hina is the only one left, right? I think? Unless I am forgetting someone. Also, I dropped frames at one point. I don't know when that happened. So this is where you've been hiding. Listen, I was hoping to talk to you. Makoto? Sorry, gotta go. What? She ran off so fast I didn't even have time to ask her to stop. Hina? Why? Why won't you talk to me? Okay, I guess I'll go watch the video then. I don't know why I can't just fast travel inside to the room, but whatever. I'm gonna watch the video and probably stop streaming. It's past midnight. Coin. This should be able to play DVDs just fine. Well then, I'd better take a look. I took the DVD Kyoko gave me and put it in the player. $99. It said that it was playing, but nothing appeared on the screen. I stared into the black of the monitor. Why did the game squeak, or am I crazy? It must have only been a few seconds.
but to me it felt like an eternity. And then, all of a sudden... Is there a sound bite that plays when the text appears? It goes like... It's very quiet. An image appeared. Sayaka? It took me by total surprise that I hadn't seen Sayaka in who knows how long, and there she was.
Okay then, are you ready to begin?
The voice I heard was of the man positioned on the side of the screen. It was the voice of a middle-aged man.
I do apologize, but I hope you don't mind if I record our conversation.
I can also barely hear him over the music.
I'm a little slow, you know. I never really got the hang of taking notes while having a conversation.
Mondo, why are you dressed that nicely? It sounded like he was trying to make a joke, but Sayaka's tense face didn't move a single millimeter.
So this video is meant to serve as a kind of contract substitute. It's not that I don't trust you guys. It's more like insurance. So please don't worry too much. Now then, let me get straight to the point. There is a chance that you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
You want me to accept that? Sayaka was obviously at a total loss. It made total sense. Who would agree to spending the rest of your life in this school? I accept. What?
Thank you. And I'm sorry about all this. Well, I can promise you that I will do everything in my power to keep you safe. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, I give you my word.
As if on cue, that's where the video cut out. There was a lot I hadn't understood up until now. But this, only this, I simply couldn't comprehend what I'd heard. Because I know how much Sayaka wanted to get out of here. I know how much she wanted to escape and pursue her dreams with her friends again. She wanted that so bad. She tried to frame me for murder. So why? Why would she say yes to living here for the rest of her life? Because the frickin' apocalypse happened, dude. And I sat there thinking about it. I noticed a sudden light. On the monitor, the video that I thought was finished flashed back on screen. My eyes darted back to the screen. And if I was confused before, what I saw next pushed me right over the edge. Huh? What I saw was me. And possibly undeniably me.
So, Makoto, before we begin, I should let you know that I'll be recording our conversation.
Yes.
Me and the headmaster were looking at each other. He and I were having what seemed like a fairly normal conversation. But the I in the here and now, had absolutely no memory of it. I had no memory of even meeting the headmaster, much less sitting down to talk with him like this.
Now, shall we get straight to the point? Makoto, there's a chance you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
Yes.
This can't be real. This was the dream, wasn't it? I said yes?
I'm sorry I'm putting you through all this.
Well, I mean, we don't have much of a choice, do we?
But I promise that as long as you're in this school, I will do everything I can to protect you. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, that's the very least I can do for you.
Once again, the video cut out. From there, the video repeated the same scene again and again with the others. Byakuya. Toko. She's just smiling. Hina. Everyone. They all said that they agreed to live in this school forever. And then...
Kyoko. Her interview with him had been recorded just as clearly. Without a doubt, she had met him. She sat down with the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, her father. And when he asked her his question, she answered the same as everyone else. She accepted a life within the school. Just as Kyoko's interview was wrapping up, the monitor suddenly went black. Huh? It wasn't just the monitor. The DVD player itself had apparently turned off. Which of course meant that the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened?
Say what?
What did I have a feeling that it was you? Oopsie, looks like it broke. Out of service. What? So it just happened to break now?
Too bad.
Now then, when doesn't matter. Failure can strike anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right? Failure my ass. You cut the power on purpose. Well, whatever. Even if I watch the whole thing, it'd just be more of the same. No, that makes me think that there's more that we're missing. He'd ask them the question, and they'd all say yes. I couldn't help myself. I let out a huge exasperated sigh. But as I did, I remembered something.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. What would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. A convenient outcome. Something that seemed to obviously work in the favor of the mastermind. So does that mean I've lost my memory too? That's what I said earlier, though. What about the others? Have we all forgotten? Or...
For anything that has a start, there has to be an end. And if the end comes, then that means it's time for a fresh start. There is no night that doesn't have a dawn. Although that dawn is totally pitch black, there is no storm that won't eventually end. Of course, then that leads to drought. But as I said, every end is the promise of a new beginning. Which is why I'm sure we'll get to meet again, because the end is only the beginning. Anyway, let's get started. The beginning of the end of the class trial. Everyone gather once again at you know where.
It's about to begin again. The class trial is going to start. The final class trial. The last time all our lives will be on the line. The last time hope and despair are all on the line. I don't have a choice. I have to do this. Okay then. This is the end. That's the wrong key. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it to him. Yeah, I'm gonna end it there. Next time on Danganronpa, I'll get to this soon. I wanted to play a new game tonight, actually, but I didn't because I didn't feel like setting it up. I was very tired today, so I'll get to a new game soon. Probably not gonna stream this next time. There's a couple choices I have in mind. That new Spider-Man is looking pretty fresh, though. Well, it's not new. It's new to PC. I'm not buying it on PlayStation. I'm gonna on PC later. Anyway, Toko's on the screen. I'm gonna click the quick button.
Click the quick button. I'll get back to Danganronpa soon. I should let you know, I'm like assuredly not streaming tomorrow night because I actually won't be able to come home. I'm gonna stay with a friend because, how do I put this? Where I live right now, I'm gonna be busy during the day, and in order to be busy during the day, I have to leave super early because they're like paving my road in front of my house, and I won't be able to get to my house that day. Like the whole fucking, they're doing it all in one day for some reason. So I can't go home to stream. So I'm gonna go stay with a friend. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Hopefully I can stream the day after tomorrow though. And if I do, it'll probably be something new. Either that or I will cave and stream Danganronpa for a 4th time in a row. Probably gonna stream something new. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. See ya, chump, fart reverb.